Hello all, and today I will be giving you a guide on how to care for blue death feigning beetles. So these are my death feigning beetles. I have 3. The other one is hiding currently. Make sure that when you are moving wood pieces or etc. that you do not crush anyone. That would be terrible. But in the basics, blue death feigning beetles are a beetle native to southwest United States. They're a desert-faring beetle, and they're generally very, very easy to take care of compared to other beetles. They don't require any extra humidity. They do not require a water dish or spritzing of the inhabitat. However, do make sure that when you do get these that you plan to feed them both protein and plant matter, as they are omnivorous. When you're feeding them plant matter especially, make sure it's something like cucumber or zucchini, because that is how they will be receiving all of their moisture. They don't drink water, they just get it from what they eat. They also eat, as you can see, this is a free portion of a freeze-dried cricket. But since it is freeze-dried, which I prefer over dried due to the nutritional content, they will need additional moisture such as the cucumbers. Or you can spritz the freeze-dried cricket with some water or soak it and allow them to eat it. The substrate I'm using currently is a walnut shell. As you can see, it needs to be completely changed. Once you start seeing specks, little specks of darkness, instead of a uniform walnut color, it is time to be changed. You can use sand, but I prefer the walnut shell due to its coloration. Dirt, substrate, anything you would use with like a tarantula or a millipede is not recommended, as it will get in their joints. As you can see, it already has a little bit of substrate in the crevice between its thorax and its head. Otherwise, they're pretty easy to take care of. If they're comfortable, you're comfortable, or vice versa. If you're comfortable, they're comfortable. However, I've noticed that when it gets below 65 degrees, they will be a little bit slower. They will be less likely to eat, etc. They're perfectly safe to handle. They can't bite you, or I haven't experienced a bite yet, and they're very friendly. I wouldn't recommend getting them wet or anything. I wouldn't recommend letting extremely small children handle these, but they can be handled by children. And they can turn themselves over, so no worries about that. I would like to show you their death feigning behavior, but I prefer not to scare them. And they all have very different personalities, so depending on what you get. For instance, the one I was just handling, she is the most aggressive feeder and will also drag food around, so I would recommend getting a food dish to keep in place, so that keeps the cucumber in place or whatever you have. But I wouldn't recommend taking them out and feeding them in a separate container, as they'll be too busy smelling their new container rather than eating. Right now, I'm using a small Exoterra faunarium critter keeper, so if it were just to be like this, that's okay, but I like to provide them some climbing structure with wood. However, if you would prefer to see them more often, you can get a shallow or longer dish to live in, and that would work perfectly fine as well. They're very interactive creatures. Depending on their personality, my largest female, she will come and greet me whenever I'm here or whenever she smells that I have food. However, the other 2 are particularly shy. One is prone to digging and one is prone to just hiding. And you can rearrange it however They cannot climb plastic or glass surfaces. They can only climb these wood surfaces, so you don't have to worry about them escaping at all. They do not require any extra heating, if I have not said that already. But if you live in a particularly cold climate, you might want to just heat the room rather than heating their container. And that's my basic care guide for blue death feigning beetles. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Thank you.